Do you ever feel like your kids are better at science than you are? Hi, I'm Christy with PK1Kids.com. And in this video, I'm talking about what to do when your kids are advancing beyond their current science curriculum, or you're just getting into those upper grades like middle school and high school. And let's face it, you didn't major in science in college. Well, what's a homeschool mama to do, right? You don't have to be all things to your kids. You just have to have some really good real science resources in your back pocket for such a time as this. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 tips and ideas for how you can help your budding scientist. Well, my first tip for you is to use interest-directed projects. Now, one of the best things about homeschooling is getting to know what our kids love and are interested in, and then using those interests to tailor their education. One of the best ways to do this is to find some resources that align with your students' interests. And I'm going to give you a pro tip for this. Find out websites from science teachers. They often have some lessons that are freebies. A great example of this is collegeprepscience.com. They've got 4 free science lessons that you can do that are great in-depth lessons. They cover ancestry, viruses, earth science, time zones, that kind of thing, and muscle groups. So check those out. If those are any of the interests that your kids have, collegeprepscience.com, snag those freebies. You'll be thanking yourself that you did. Another pro tip, and this is one of my absolute favorite things to do in our family, and that is to host your own in-home homeschool science project fair. This is such a great and wonderful thing to do, and I love it because it works for all kids of all ages and abilities. All you have to do is get your kids to pick a nichified topic, right? So something that's appropriate for their level and what they're interested in. Have them write a paper that's, again, appropriate for their level, challenge them a little bit, and then go snag yourself some trifold project boards from the dollar store and let them go to town making their infographics, conducting experiments, and doing projects and giving it some manipulative component. If you like this idea and not sure how to do it, hop on over to pk1kids.com/science. I've got a free homeschool science fair project guide for you to print out and use with your kids. Now, my number 2 tip is, of course, to find some great high quality online science classes. Now, this can sometimes be a little bit harder than it sounds, right? There's all sorts of online science classes out there, but how do you wade through everything to know that they're high quality, worth the money that you're going to pay for, and are going to challenge your kids, and also, especially if you're doing for science, going to count as a science credit, right? Well, I'm going to save you some time and energy by pointing you straight to collegeprepscience.com. College Prep Science offers an entire lineup of online science classes, all the way from biology and chemistry to physics and pre-med. These are great online classes, a great place to start. Make sure you bookmark this. Head on over to the website, collegeprepscience.com. My number 3 tip is to get your kids some hands-on science labs. Now, nothing beats a real hands-on science lab when you're trying to learn science. And if you're trying to move beyond just a typical little science kit that you get at your local learning store that never quite hits the mark, we love Home Science Tools. You can get all sorts of lab kits from them that are going to be real high quality lab equipment. Now, if you don't want to load up your house with all sorts of breakable beakers and cylinders, you might want to try a high quality online virtual laboratory. Here's another reason to check out College Prep Science. They've got an incredible online virtual laboratory. In the virtual laboratories, students will follow lab procedures. They'll create lab reports after following different steps for assignments and experiments. They'll learn proper lab procedures and work on their critical thinking skills through their biology and anatomy, chemistry, and physics virtual labs. My number 4 tip for how to help your budding scientist is to get them some real in-person science experiences. Here's some ideas for that. If they're into birding, for example, check out your local Audubon societies for some real in-person birding experiences. Local zoos and aquariums also have great opportunities for students to get some real-life in-person experience with animals and marine life. Don't forget to check out your local colleges. They might have their own planetarium or observatory that is open to the public. And of course, you can pretty much change your entire kid's life by giving them an in-person science camp or science lab intensive. College Prep Science is another great resource for these. They offer week-long science camps and 2-day lab intensives in multiple states across the United States. These camps are incredible. They've got a biology, anatomy, and physiology 2-day lab intensive, a pre-med camp that's amazing, and a marine science camp that, to be honest, I kind of want to go to. If your kids are interested in any of these science fields, definitely worth checking out at collegeprepscience.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed these 4 tips for helping your budding scientist. Good luck, mamas, on helping your kids explore the amazing world of science. And remember to always follow the fun.